Hello friends, welcome back to the Jazz Ranch. I'm going to be playing a great song for you this afternoon. It's called Moon River. It comes from a movie called Breakfast at Tiffany's. It's in my book here, 501 Must-See Movies. And it won the Academy Award, and it was written by Henry Mancini and Johnny Mercer. What I didn't know about Moon River is that it's looking to the future and past simultaneously. The river represents time and the journey from start to finish. So it's about the journey of life. And Johnny Mercer wrote those words depicting where he lived on a river in the South. And I relate to that because I wrote a song called Flow Like the River, and I've lived on 3 rivers in Connecticut. The Connecticut River, the Thames River, and the Diatonic River, which is just over this way from our house. Anyway, here we go with a new version of Moon River. I'm going to include the lyrics because they're so important, and I'm going to be using a backing track. And then I'll talk about some of the embellishment features later on. Here we go now. Okay, this is part 2 on Moon River. A year ago I did this video in which I talked about how to find the right chords for a song. And this song is diatonic. Now what that means is that the melody is all in the key of C. All the notes. In other words, all the notes of the melody are in the key of C and there's no alterations, which is, of course, amazing, but it's also the best way to write songs that are going to be memorable. And this, of course, is one of those great songs by Henry Mancini and Johnny Mercer that is so memorable. You know, it was made into a movie and it won an Academy Award and everything else. So you all know this song, and the thing to notice about it that's most important is that it's diatonic. In other words, it doesn't diverge from the scale of C at any point. There's no alterations, and that makes it a lot easier to sing and also to remember. It makes it more memorable. So that's an important thing. But the other thing is that, you know, I want to show you how I would approach this in a way that would make it more interesting than just playing it from the sheet music. And that is to play it and embellish the melody and also alter the chords. You know, so the first chord is C, a C chord to an A minor. Then it goes to an F major. And that's Lydian scale there. But anyway, what I did was, first of all, I would take the melody and I would embellish it like this maybe. I was putting those little turns in there. In other words, embellishing a melody is the first step to improvisation. Improvisation may be something like this. And then I would change the notes of the melody completely, but the melody's still in there. Now, embellishing the melody is subtler in the way that it just, you hear the melody within it, but it's just, you kind of adding notes and changing the rhythm of the melody, maybe subtracting notes as well. So I'm going like this. That's not in the melody. It goes like this. I'm going like this. Now I do something like this. So I put that little turn in there. So I'm putting things. Then I put a fill. You see, so I put a little fill in there. So that's embellishing the melody, and that's what you want to do first before you try to improvise. Is to stick with the melody. I'm going to try to play the melody and just embellish it. You know, when you have more space in the melody, like this, you have more space in the melody and the notes, then that's when you really can embellish. You know, if it's something very, very specific like this, you can't do a lot, but I can do a little bit. Maybe something like this. Something like that, but I don't really like that too much. But anyway, the point is that you can embellish a melody when there's space in the melody to allow you to do that. Let's take the second ending. Those turns, you see, that's very jazz. That's a jazz concept of the turns. Well, Chopin invented it before jazz, but anyway. Always looking for dynamics in the building. You're building. So you're going somewhere. You have to tell that story. I do this. I voice that in a drop two. That's a drop two voicing. That note is taking out of the chord. Taking that note out, putting it down here. It's really pretty, I think. And then this reharmonization here. These are fourth voicings. See, there's a fourth, and there's a third, and a third on the bottom. So you have this. Move moving parallel now. Nice substitution there. And then these chromatic diminished chords to the 6 and then to the 2 chord. And then a tritone substitute here. Signing off from the Jazz Ranch. I hope you enjoyed this version of Moon River. Please write to me. I love to hear from you. I always try to respond to comments if you give me time, maybe a month. Anyway, I will see you next time around. Until then, I will say, be safe, be smart, and please spread kindness. And of course, swing loose. Bye-bye.